Wait, just a minute. I know, I'm in daft. Okay, Pilates strength flow. I am trying out my new, these are only 1 kilo weights. So I invite you to either grab your light weights if you have them, 2 bottles of water if you don't, or you can just use your imagination. Now, I've said this before, and we're also using the big ball. Now, when I say using your imagination, there have been studies done that show, even just using your imagination, imagining you're holding a weight and tensing the arm as if you are holding, can actually bring about pretty much the same benefits. They did a study years ago where they had several groups of people practicing basketball hoops, throwing balls in the hoops. And one group just visualized for 10 minutes, they just visualized doing it. They just imagined themselves doing it. And they had about the same muscle growth as the group that actually physically practiced. So when I say use your imagination, if you don't want to use weights, it does actually have benefits. So you can still tense. If you don't have weights or don't want to use them, you can still get benefits. So light weights, 1 kilo for me personally is more than enough. I find any more than that, you can end up tensing because it's to strengthen. It's not to build bulky muscles, it's to strengthen. So, of course, I'm using the big ball as well. So coming on to the ball, have your light weights close by. So one either side, so they are there. But when we are ready, feet pointing forward, feet, knees, hips in alignment. And just sorting out the posture. So as you breathe in, just kind of like melt down towards the ball. As you breathe out, imagine a hook from your tailbone stretching up and out through the crown of the head, so as if you're growing an inch taller. Another little thing you can do is just grab hold of your tops of your ears and just lift, just pull up, and you'll find yourself lifting a little bit taller. You have to, otherwise you end up hurting your ears. So lifting a little bit taller, releasing, drawing the belly button in, drawing pelvic floor muscles in. And imagine you've got a resistance band around your ribs that you're just drawing tight to start to engage those oblique muscles, and just bring your hands onto your ribs. We breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. As you inhale, feel your whole rib cage expanding. And as you exhale, squeeze that breath out. And on the ball as well, you might be able to feel your pelvic floor muscles engaging. Keep the breath flowing. Release the arms. Just inhale, roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Taking the arms front, side, down, around. So inhale, front, side, exhale, down, around. Breathe in. Imagine squeezing a tennis ball between your shoulder blades. And then going all the way up, out, down, around. Breathing in and out, in and out. One more. And bring your hands, palms up. Inhale, squeeze, make a fist. Exhale, spread the fingers out. So inhale, squeeze as tightly as you can. Exhale, spread the fingers out as wide as you can. Breathing in and out and in and out. Then make a light fist and try and circle the hands, keeping the upper arms glued to your side. Now, I always find it quite challenging circling this way. It's easy that way, but doing it this way, it's like I'm really trying not to. I'm really kind of resisting the urge to turn my hands the other way. But that's why we do things slightly differently sometimes. Change direction, because we don't want to just repeat, even if a movement is a good movement, we don't want to just keep repeating the same movements over again. And now flex the hands up. Exhale, flex the hands down. flex up and flex down and up and down. Also release, relax the arms, breathe in. As you breathe out, extend one leg out, circle that foot. And around the other way. And flex and point a few times, or even just doing this, you're still working more muscles because you're wobbling around all over the place. Whee! So we're still working more muscles, even just doing this kind of thing. Replace that foot down, inhale, exhale, extend the other leg out again, circle that foot. Try and keep your posture, so keep stretching up through the crown of the head. Woo! And round the other way. And flex and point a few times. Keep breathing. It's good to laugh at yourself. And release. Keeping the feet down. Inhale, lift the heels off the floor. So you're pressing into the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the heels down. Inhale, flex the feet. So lifting the toes off the floor. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, press the heels down. Inhale, lift the balls of the feet. And exhale, lower. And just taking the arms out to the side. Relax the shoulders and do a little twist. So imagine you're squeezing a ball or something between your knees. Breathe in as you breathe out, taking the ribs around, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Pause for a second or three. Inhale, center. Exhale. The other way again. Pause. Inhale, center. Exhale. So as you're twisting, really squeeze the tummy muscles in. It's almost like wringing out a dishcloth. Inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale, center. This time as you twist, bring that front hand to your heart and twist a little bit further. Turn your head to look towards that back hand. Pausing. And unwinding, inhale back, exhale the other side. So hand to heart, turning a little bit further, looking over that back shoulder. And unwinding, in and out. And in and out. Inhale back to center, relax the arms. So we're going to grab our weights. I'm just going to grab a drink before we go. So again, for any time you notice you're clenching or tension, particularly neck, shoulders or jaw, pop the weights down. I say by all means, just use your imagination. Imagine that you're using weights. So again, 1 kilo, don't feel like much to start with, but after a while, you'll notice. So again, lifting up through the crown of the head, tummy pulled in, and just roll the shoulders up, back and down, just so we get a sense of having a little bit of extra weight. Try and make sure you're not gripping the weights too tightly either. And just turn the hands, palms up. Remember, this is about building strength. It's not about building bulky muscles. So palms forward. You're going to start off with a little bicep curl. So you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, just bring the hand up to your shoulder. And inhale, open. So we exhale. We inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Then raise the arms up in front. We'll do a Pilates bicep curl. So we inhale, bring the hands to your shoulder. Exhale, extend the arms out. So keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. Elbows in line with the shoulders. And we open the arms out to the side. Again, shoulders relaxed. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Breathing in and out. And in. And out, and bring the arms in and come back to center. Now make sure you've got a bit of room because we're going to come into a kind of roll down. So take the arms out front. You can pop the weights down if you need to. You'll breathe in. As you breathe out, tuck the tailbone under and roll as if you're going to roll down. So if you're on the floor, you're rolling into a kind of C curve. Breathe in again and breathe out. Start to rebuild the spine, coming up to center. Inhale, exhale, tuck and roll as if you're coming down one vertebrae at a time. Breathing in and out. Rebuild the spine. Come back up. Release the arms down beside you. Relax the shoulders. Inhale again. Exhale. Tuck and roll. This time we're going to stay here. So bring the arms out in front. Palms are facing each other. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lift your right heel. Inhale, release. Exhale, lift your left heel. Inhale, release. Exhale, right heel lifts. Inhale, release. Exhale, left heel lifts. Inhale, release. This time, exhale. See if you can lift that right knee, right foot off the floor and release. And exhale, lift the left foot off the floor and release. So right foot, whoo, and lower, and left foot. And lower. One more each side. Maybe seeing if you can hold for a second longer each time. And release last time. Woo. Then breathe in. As you breathe out, start to roll back up to sitting. Awesome. Relax the arms. Reset your shoulders. I'm going to come into a little bicep curl combination. So we're going to start off palms forward. So we're going to start off with that bicep curl. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Raise the arms in front. Inhale, bend. Keep that tummy pulled in. Exhale, extend. Take the arms out to the side. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. And circle back around to where we started. So we bend. Extend, arms raised. Remember, not tense the shoulders. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Open the arms out. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. And bring the arms back down. One more. Breathe in. And out. Arms front. In. So this is where you start to feel it. And this is where you want to make sure that you're not tensing. Bend, extend, and circle around. Breathe in. As you breathe out, tuck the tailbone under. Imagine starting to roll down through the spine, coming into a C curve. Breathe in and out. Imagine starting to rebuild the spine. Walking. Again, imagine stacking the vertebrae. So focusing on stacking the vertebrae rather than walking the feet. Turn the hands, palms forward. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Raise arms up. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Arms out. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Circle the arms down around. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under. So again, imagine if you were sitting on the floor and you're starting to roll down through the spine and start to walk the feet out. Arms are out, but there's a slight bend in the elbows. You're about to give someone a hug. See if you can brace the arms a little bit more. Inhale, exhale. See if you can lift the right foot off the floor. Woo! Inhale down. Exhale, left foot. Inhale down, right foot again. And try not to tense the shoulders. And lower and left. And lower. Breathe in. Breathe out. Imagine rolling back up to sitting. And coming all the way back up. Relax the arms once more. Palms forward, lifting up nice and tall. Breathe in, bend. Breathe out, lower. Raise the arms up and without tensing the shoulders. Inhale. Bring hands to shoulders. Exhale. Extend. Open the arms out. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend, circle the arms down. Last time here, inhale, exhale, tuck the tailbone under, roll down as if you're rolling down one vertebra at a time. Bring the arms out. Again, it's like bend in the elbows. You're about to give someone a hug. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift the right foot. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift the left foot. Inhale, down again. Exhale, right. Inhale, lower. Exhale, left. Inhale, down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Start to rebuild the spine. So you're starting to rebuild the spine and then walk the feet back in towards you. Relax the arms. Fantastic. We're going to come down onto the floor. So just pop the weights down. We're still going to use them again in a moment. I'm going to come down to the side of the ball. So we're going to come into a kneeling leg lift. So you're going to hug that ball in and you're going to extend the other leg out. Now I tend to have my hand on the waist. Some people like to have the hand on their head, drawing the elbow back. I find that personally, my shoulders end up feeling tight and tense. So I'm going to have the hand on the waist instead. You can lean across a little bit, but try not to lean too much. Again, really hugging that ball in. Flex that foot. And we're just going to do a little lift and lower. Exhale, lift. Hold for a second. Inhale, lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. We've got 3, 2, 1, and pop that foot down. Then we're going to bring the other leg, tuck it behind, squeezing those legs together. Again, really hugging that ball in as much as you can. We're going to inhale, stretch that top arm over, look down towards the floor. And as you exhale, lift up, squeeze. Imagine you're trying to reach towards your toes. So you're really squeezing this sideways. Legs stay straight, lifting away from the ball. Hold for at least a couple of seconds. So inhale, lengthen up and over, looking down towards the floor. And exhale, lift, squeeze. Really imagine you're trying to reach your toes again. Really feel those oblique muscles working. Once more. Breathe in, stretch. And out. Reach, 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 reach. And release. Come back down. Come up into a gate pose, what we call a gate pose in yoga. So you're coming onto this knee. Make sure this knee is in line with the hip. This other leg is out to the side. Now your ball, hopefully, that will kind of like just wander away somewhere, or stay where it is rather. And you're going to grab hold of your weights again. So again, we're working the oblique muscles. Really squeeze your butt. It's really important that this leg is totally straight, so it's not kind of like wishy-washy like that. Really straighten that leg so we don't strain the back. And we take the arms out to the side. So again, we're working those oblique muscles. So you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to stretch up and over. If you're reaching towards that foot, we're going to inhale up. Then we're going to exhale, stretch up and over the other side. Now lift your eye gaze upwards. Squeeze your booty in. Again, we're really working those oblique muscles. We inhale, lift up. We exhale, stretch as if you're trying to reach towards the toes, almost like we just did with the ball, exercising the ball. Inhale, up. And exhale, stretch up and over. Imagine a line of energy from this top fingertips to that back leg. Then eye gaze slightly forward. This hand kind of like is acting as a counter balance, so it just rests down. Once more each side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stretch up and over. Squeeze your booty. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, stretch up and over. Try and relax the shoulders. Draw the shoulders back, eye gaze lifting upwards. And inhale, come back up. Relax the arms. Relax the weights. And then just see if you can grab hold of the ball. Relax those shoulders. This time we're going to inhale, stretch away, pause, relax the shoulders. Exhale, squeeze and lift back up. So again, still working those oblique muscles. Just 2 more. Inhale, stretch, pause. Exhale, brace and lift. 1 more in and out and release. Bring the ball in front, bring your knees in, bring your knees together, and just bring your palms and elbows together, hinging forward slightly. You're going to inhale, roll the ball forward a little bit, pressing into those elbows. Exhale, brace as you bring it back in. So inhale, coming forward, bringing the body into a nice kind of straight line. Pause. So try not to let the hips sink forward. So your belly is off the ball. It's not touching the ball. And exhale back in. So you're using your elbows. You're rolling out with your elbows. You're keeping your body in a nice kind of straight line. So you're not resting the belly on the ball. Exhale back. Inhale. So keep pressing elbows down. And exhale, brace and lift. Twice more. Inhale, forward. Again, hold for a second or two. And exhale, come back. Breathing in. And out. Then we're kind of like go around the world a little bit. So you're going to draw like a little circle. Inhale, up and around, exhale, back and in. So nice and slow and controlled. So it is only a little circle. We're not going too far. Then we go around the other way. So it might end up twisting a little bit. So we go forward, around. So imagine drawing a circle with your elbows. So if you're drawing a circle on the floor, with your elbows again, we're trying to try and make sure the hips don't sink forward, so the hips stay strong, so we're not just collapsing them forward. Again, keeping the body away from the ball. The only thing that's touching the ball is your elbows. 1 more. And release. Fantastic. Then we're going to go to the other side. So coming into the side kneeling position. So hug that ball. Take the other leg out. So we're trying to make sure we're not like collapsing completely on the ball. You are, using a bit of energy. Flex that top foot. Again, either hand on waist or hand on head. Totally up to you. Again, we're going to lift and lower. Really make sure you are hugging the ball in towards you. Now, this is about as high as my leg will lift. But that's okay because I can still feel the bum muscles, etc. So it doesn't matter. Your leg might lift higher. It might not lift as high. It's okay. It's all good. And eye gaze slightly forward rather than dropping down. And 3, 2, 1. Pop that foot down. Bring the other leg out. Kind of tuck it in behind it. But both legs stay super straight. So the body's in a nice straight line. Inhale, reach your arm up. Look down towards the floor. Then exhale, lift up and kind of reach towards the toes. Get really squeeze your oblique muscles. Squeeze the thighs together. Reach, reach, reach. Then inhale, stretch. Look down towards the floor. Exhale, lift, squeeze and reach. Still hugging that ball in towards you. Once more, inhale, stretch. Exhale, hold, squeeze it, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. Bring that knee down, come up into your gate pose. You can also do this on the ball if you have any issues with your knees. You can do it on the ball with one knee out in front, the other leg out to the side. Not grab your weights if you're using them. Just try and make sure this knee is beneath the hip so it's not too far out. Again, this leg is straight, so firm up the thighs. Arms out, shoulders relax. Focus on those oblique muscles. Breathe in. As you breathe out, stretch up and over as if you're reaching towards your toes. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. Then exhale, stretch over the other side. You're going to relax the shoulder. So we're slightly unstable here, so you're going to work in those muscles. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, up. Exhale, up and across. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, up and over. Pause. And inhale, lift up. Working those oblique muscles. Relax the arms. Pop the weights down. If you can, grab hold of the ball. When you've got a couple of these, relax the shoulders. And we inhale, stretch away. Firm up the thighs, firm up the belly. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, brace and lift. One more. In and out. And release. Again, bring the ball down. Bring your knees down. Coming back to that little rolling exercise we did earlier. So again, come onto your elbows. So when you roll the ball forward, what we're trying to avoid is the hips coming forward. So it's just literally pressing into the elbows, roll the elbows forward, pause. So my belly is not touching the ball. Pause. Exhale, pull it back in. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out. As we come back in. In and out. And in and out. Again, doing those little circles. So only a small little circle. We're not going too far. We're going to just imagine drawing that circle with those elbows. Then going around the other way. Out and around. Exhale, back and in. Breathing in. And out. And in. And out. One more. Awesome. And release. Last little exercise here. And come up onto your knees. Bring the ball out in front. Tuck the tailbone under. Just going to inhale, hinge back. Relax the shoulders. Keep the tailbone tucked under. Pause. And exhale as we come back up. So inhale, hinge back. Hold, relax. Exhale, lift back. So again, it's only a small range of movement. Really tuck the tailbone under. So you're working those thighs, working the glutes. Breathe in. And out. Last one. In. And out. And release. Fantastic. Come down onto the floor. Pop your ball away somewhere. Relax that down. Come down onto the floor. And grab your weights if you want them. You don't have to. Come onto your back. Just starting off with the arms down beside you. And just take a moment to scoop the belly button in, pelvic floor muscles in. Make sure everything is engaged. Shoulders relaxed. Finding your powerhouse. And just starting off floating the knees up over the hips. Start off with a toe touch. Inhale. As you exhale, lightly tap toe to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale, left foot. I tend to touch the heel rather than the toe, but that's okay. And don't worry if you don't go all the way to the floor. Just trying to make sure the back stays nice and still. So it's one of those exercises that looks easy, one of the easiest looking exercises, but if you're doing it properly to stop your back arching, you will feel it every single time. Then lower both feet to the floor. Bring the arms up, make a light fist, press the shoulders into the floor. Breathe in. As you breathe out, just take the right arm overhead, being careful not to arch your ribs. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take the left arm over, pause, and inhale back to center. So as you take the arm over, keep pressing the back ribs into the mat. So again, we're not arching the back, we're just moving one arm at a time. And release. If you're using weights, grab your weights, and you don't have to, you can just use your imagination again. Arms back up, shoulders relax. Breathe in. As you breathe out, same thing, one arm overhead. Inhale, center. Exhale, left side. So you'll notice it feels a little bit harder this time. So it might feel like your arm is being dragged towards the floor. So again, be careful that you don't overextend or that you don't arch the back. So keeping the back ribs pressed into the floor. Then you're going to float the knees up and do opposite arm and leg. So as you lower the right arm overhead, you're going to tap the left foot to the floor. Pause. Then you're going to inhale, bring it back. Then you're going to exhale the other side. Now the tendency, we always tend to want to move both arms. So we always want to take one arm overhead, the other arm down beside you. So your challenge is to keep one arm, one knee still as you just take the other arm and leg. And you're going to pause for a second, bring it back up. So we're not rushing, we're not throwing the body around. We're still keeping the back nice and still. Back ribs pressed into the floor, lower back in neutral. And gently lower the feet to the floor. Breathe in. As you breathe out, this time open the arms out to the side, like you're kind of doing a chest press. And exhale, come back. So there's a slight bend in the elbows, like you're giving someone a hug. Inhale, open. Exhale, press if you're giving someone a hug. Breathe in and out and in and out. So again, we're doing another exercise which is good for coordination. Then again, bring the feet up. Stay here for a second. Breathe in. As you breathe out, extend the right leg straight, about 45 degrees. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend the left leg straight. Inhale, bend. So instead of tapping the toe this time, we're extending the leg out straight. So we're going to add the arms. So we're going to exhale, open the arms, extend the right leg. Now back and switch. Inhale back. So exhale, extend arms, extend leg. Inhale back, exhale, switch. Inhale back. So again, your task is to keep your neutral spine. Last two. So again, these exercises are really good for working the brain as well as the body, because you've got to really think about what you're doing. Pop the weights down, pop your feet down, hug the knees in towards the chest. Just gently rock a little bit side to side. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. Hand on each knee and circle those knees around, massaging your back. And round the other way. And just pop the feet down, pop the arms down. Just find a comfortable position for a moment. You can either keep the knees bent or you can stretch the legs out. Close your eyes, relax the breath. Allow your body to relax down into the floor. Just taking your attention to your right leg, your whole right leg. You don't have to change anything, you don't have to do anything, but on your next in-breath, try and tense all the muscles in that right leg. Squeeze from your buttock muscle down to your toes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And when you need to exhale, release as slowly as you can. And this time your right arm from your fingertips all the way up to the shoulder and the side of the neck. So as you inhale, squeeze that right arm, squeeze your elbows, your wrists, your knuckles, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the side of the neck. Then exhale and release. And this time the right side of the torso, so chest, upper back, belly, lower back. As you breathe in, imagine squeezing all the muscles just on that right side. Get it right in a minute. The right side of the torso, squeeze. Then exhale and release. And be aware of your left leg, your whole left leg. On an in-breath, tense all the muscles in that left leg. Imagine gripping the thigh bones, the shin bones, the sit bones. And exhale and release. And your left arm, going from fingertips to the side of the neck. Inhale, squeeze all the muscles in that left side. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale and release. And the left side of your torso, so chest, upper back, belly, lower back, lung, ribs, squeeze. Inhale, squeeze that left side. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale and release. And this last time, inhale, squeeze every muscle, squeeze your face, squeeze your lips, your ears, your eyeballs, squeeze your everything. And exhale and release. And just enjoy that sense of a well-earned rest. And you can stay here if you wish, just stay a while longer. If you're ready to end your practice, then start to stretch out the arms and legs. Move in whatever way comes naturally to you. And in your own time, bring yourself back up to sitting. And when you're ready, give yourself a round of applause. Always focus on what you can do. One of the reasons I do the little round of applause, it might seem a bit silly, and it is a bit silly, a bit of fun, but it's also to celebrate yourself, because so often we focus, oh, I couldn't do this, couldn't do that, and I only could do blah, 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 blah. So we really want to focus on what we can do and let go of what we can't do. And the other thing is, we often say focus on what we can't yet do, and we forget the things that we couldn't do maybe a few months ago, whatever, but we can do now. So one of the reasons we do that is to celebrate ourselves, so we go away feeling good about ourselves instead of beating ourselves up, because that's what it's all about. You know, if you don't feel good mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically, you're not going to want to come back. And the whole idea is to see exercise as a means of nourishment, not as a means of punishment. So any questions, any comments, let me know. Blessings. Thank you. La 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 la.